On this day in history, October 22nd, the Chalcedonian Creed was adopted during the Council of Chalcedon on October 22, 451. This creed articulated the belief in the dual nature of Jesus Christ, affirming that he is both fully divine and fully human. The decision addressed theological debates and became a cornerstone of Christian doctrine. Emperor Kanmu relocated the Japanese capital to Heian-kyō, modern-day Kyoto, on October 22, 794. This move was made to consolidate imperial power and reduce the influence of powerful Buddhist monasteries in Nara. Heian-kyō remained the imperial capital for over a millennium. The Ming dynasty defeated the Dutch East India Company in battle on October 22, 1633. This marked a significant moment in the conflict between the Ming and the Dutch, who sought to establish a foothold in East Asia. The victory secured China's control over its waters and trade routes. 4 British naval vessels ran aground on the Isles of Scilly on October 22, 1707, due to faulty navigation. The disaster led to the deaths of nearly 2,000 sailors and highlighted the need for better navigational accuracy. This event spurred the passage of the Longitude Act in 1714 to improve maritime navigation. Tsar Peter I proclaimed the establishment of the Russian Empire on October 22, 1721, following Russia's victory over Sweden in the Great Northern War. This marked the formal transformation of Russia into a European power. Peter's efforts in military and political reforms solidified his status as Peter the Great. The College of New Jersey, later renamed Princeton University, was officially chartered on October 22, 1746. This institution became one of the leading educational centers in the American colonies and later in the United States. It played a key role in shaping American higher education and leadership. Russia founded its first colony in Alaska on Kodiak Island on October 22, 1784. This marked the beginning of Russian expansion into North America. Focusing on fur trading and territorial claims, Kodiak Island became the center of Russian activity in Alaska until the U.S. purchase in 1867. On October 22, 1797, André-Jacques Garnerin made the first recorded parachute jump from 1,000 meters above Paris. Garnerin's daring leap demonstrated the feasibility of descending safely from high altitudes without injury. This achievement marked the beginning of parachuting as a form of aviation. Bramall Lane Stadium hosted the first rugby match under floodlights on October 22, 1878. This pioneering event allowed evening sports matches to take place, revolutionizing the scheduling and accessibility of live sports. The use of artificial lighting became more common in sporting events thereafter. Thomas Edison tested the first practical electric incandescent light bulb on October 22, 1879, using a filament of carbonized thread. The bulb lasted for 13.5 hours before burning out, marking a significant step in the development of electric lighting. Edison's invention revolutionized the world by making electric light commercially viable. The Metropolitan Opera House in New York City opened on October 22, 1883 with a performance of Gounod's Faust. The venue became one of the world's most prestigious opera houses, showcasing a wide range of performances. The opening night marked the beginning of its enduring legacy in the arts. The International Meridian Conference designated the Royal Observatory, Greenwich, as the world's prime meridian on October 22, 1884. This decision established the Greenwich Meridian as the standard for timekeeping and navigation globally. It replaced various local systems of longitude, facilitating international coordination. Holly Harvey Crippen was convicted of poisoning his wife on October 22, 1910, becoming the first criminal to be caught using radio technology. His capture marked a milestone in the use of modern communications for law enforcement. The case became infamous and widely publicized across the world. FBI agents shot and killed notorious bank robber Pretty Boy Floyd in East Liverpool, Ohio, on October 22, 1934. Floyd had been involved in numerous high-profile bank robberies during the Great Depression. His death marked the end of one of the most infamous criminal careers of the era. The RAF conducted a second firestorm air raid on Kassel, Germany, on October 22, 1943, killing 10,000 people and rendering 150,000 homeless. The raid was part of the Allies' bombing campaign against German cities during World War II. Kassel's industrial and military significance made it a key target for the attacks. Over 2,200 engineers and technicians from Eastern Germany were forcibly relocated to the Soviet Union on October 22, 1946, along with their families and equipment. This mass relocation was part of Soviet efforts to extract expertise and resources from occupied territories after World War II. The operation aimed to advance Soviet technological and industrial development. The Kashmir conflict between India and Pakistan began on October 22, 1947, following the partition of India. Tensions erupted over the status of the princely state of Kashmir, leading to military confrontations between the two newly formed nations. The conflict has remained unresolved, with ongoing territorial disputes between India and Pakistan. On October 22, 1962, President Kennedy announced that American reconnaissance planes had discovered Soviet nuclear weapons in Cuba. This marked the beginning of the Cuban Missile Crisis, during which the U.S. imposed a naval quarantine around Cuba. The crisis brought the world to the brink of nuclear war before a peaceful resolution was reached. An all-party parliamentary committee selected the design for Canada's new official flag on October 22, 1964. The design featured the now iconic red maple leaf and became a national symbol of Canadian identity. The decision was part of Canada's broader efforts to distinguish itself as a fully independent nation. The Soviet uncrewed space mission Venera 9 successfully landed on Venus on October 22, 1975. Venera 9 became the first spacecraft to send images from the surface of Venus, offering groundbreaking data on its atmosphere and surface conditions. The mission significantly advanced humanity's understanding of the planet. Red dye number 4 was banned by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration on October 22, 1976, after it was found to cause tumors in the bladders of dogs. The dye had been widely used in food products, prompting concerns over its potential health risks to humans. This decision led to more stringent regulations on food additives. 2 correctional officers were killed by inmates at the United States Penitentiary in Marion, Illinois, on October 22, 1983. The incident sparked widespread calls for prison reform and led to the development of the Supermax prison model, focusing on high-security, long-term solitary confinement for dangerous inmates. Danish fugitive Sten Christensen killed 2 police officers during his prison escape in Helsinki, Finland, on October 22, 1997. Chief Constable Eero Holsti and Senior Constable Antero Palo were shot dead in the attack. The incident shocked Finland and led to a nationwide manhunt for Christensen. A proposal to expand the Panama Canal was approved by voters in a national referendum on October 22, 2006. The expansion project, which aimed to increase the canal's capacity to accommodate larger ships, was supported by 77.8% of voters. The project was completed in 2016, significantly boosting global maritime trade. A raid on the Anuradhapura Air Force Base in Sri Lanka was carried out by 21 Tamil Tiger commandos on October 22, 2007. The attack resulted in the destruction of 8 Sri Lanka Air Force planes and the damage of 10 others. Only one of the commandos survived, and the raid marked a major escalation in the Sri Lankan Civil War. India launched its first uncrewed lunar mission, Chandrayaan-1, on October 22, 2008. The mission successfully mapped the moon's surface and discovered water molecules in the lunar soil. Chandrayaan-1 represented a significant milestone in India's space exploration efforts. Cyclist Lance Armstrong was formally stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles on October 22, 2012, after being charged with doping. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency's investigation uncovered widespread evidence of Armstrong's use of performance-enhancing drugs. His downfall marked one of the biggest scandals in the history of professional sports. Thank you most sincerely for your time and attention. If you found this presentation enlightening, I encourage you to share it with others, express your appreciation with a like, and consider subscribing for future content. I look forward to your company in the next installment.